वेलकम टू अर्पिता शर्मा क्लासेस। मैं हूं अर्पिता शर्मा, आपकी एजुकेटर, एंड विदाउट एनी डिले आज शुरू करते हैं द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर को अच्छे से समझना। इफ यू आर लाइकिंग दिस इनिशिएटिव ऑफ माइन ऑफ मेकिंग शॉर्ट नोट्स फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू फ्रॉम द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर एंड teaching you and letting you know how to make notes yourself, then do let me know in the comment section. If you're satisfied with these kind of explanations and notes, do let me know in the comment section. आपका एक comment, आपके कुछ suggestions जिससे कि हम इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं अपने हिंदू एनालिसिस को, वो मेरे लिए बहुत हेल्पफुल रहेगा। अगर आपको पसंद आ रहा है इस तरीके के एनालिसिस की हम शॉर्ट नोट्स बनाते हैं, सिखाते हैं कैसे न्यूज पढ़ना है, कौन सा आर्टिकल किस पर्सपेक्टिव से इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताइएगा। क्योंकि आपके मुझे बताने से, एडवाइस करने से, सजेशंस देने से, रिकमेंडेशंस देने से कि और कैसे इंप्रूव किया जा सकता है, हमारे चैनल की एफिशिएंसी भी बढ़ेगी, आपकी क्वालिटी ऑफ लेक्चर्स जो आपको मिलते हैं वो भी बढ़ेगा, और आप भी खुश और आपकी खुशी देखकर मैं भी खुश। ठीक है, तो शुरू करते हैं इसी नोट पे आज का हिंदू एनालिसिस। तो पहला आर्टिकल न्यूज़पेपर में जो मैंने उठाया वो है ज़ाइकोव डी फर्स्ट वैक्सीन फॉर दोज अबव 12 गेट्स नॉट। दिस इज द फर्स्ट आर्टिकल दैट आई हैव पिक्ड अप। गेट्स नॉट मींस गेट्स परमिशन। नॉट मतलब परमिशन। नॉट मतलब आप मुंडी हिला के हाँ या ना बोलते हो ना, तो नॉट मतलब होता है अलाउ करना या परमिट करना। सो फर्स्ट let us have a look at the news. Okay, the drug controller general has granted emergency approval to the Zycov D, which is a COVID-19 vaccine developed by the Ahmedabad based Zydus Cadila group, and it is the first vaccine in India that can be administered to adults as well as those 12 and above. इस दिस लाइन मीन्स कि जो बच्चे 12 साल या उससे ऊपर के हैं उनको भी ये वैक्सीन लग सकती है, अडल्ट्स को भी, चिल्ड्रन को भी, जो 12 साल से ऊपर जितने लोग हैं उन्हें ये वैक्सीन लग सकती है। एंड दिस वैक्सीन हैज बीन गिवन परमिशन फॉर इमरजेंसी यूज, अब क्योंकि यू नो शॉर्टेज ऑफ वैक्सीन इज गोइंग ऑन, सो फॉर द इमरजेंसी अप्रूवल दिस वैक्सीन हैज बीन ग्रांटेड दिस अप्रूवल फ्रॉम DCGI. नाउ देखो हियर वी हैव रिटन डाउन which points are important in this article. First point we got, that is what is DCGI. We will study that, don't worry. But when you make notes from the newspaper na, you have to highlight like this. Okay, so first important point in this article we need to study about DCGI. What is DCGI? And about these institutions questions are asked in prelims. Now how do I know this? मुझे कैसे पता कि भाई DCGI क्यों इसमें से पढ़ना है? Because I have gone through the previous year question papers for all of you. I have analyzed them na for you. मैंने आपके लिए प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर्स एनालाइज किए हैं ना इस चैनल पर, तो वो एनालाइज करते वक्त मुझे पता चला कि क्या क्या टॉपिक्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी ज्यादा हाई होती है। I have now decoded that what type of topics the probability is high that questions might be asked from those topics. And similarly, you also go through the last at least 10 years prelims question papers. Okay, through that you will know the probability of the topics, the high probability of the topics, so you can concentrate much better, you can strategize much better. UPSC is not about cramming each and everything under the sun. No, UPSC is about strategically studying. You have limited amount of time. एक साल का टाइम ही तो होता है, तो उसमें strategically कैसे क्या क्या पढ़ना है वो आपको कैसे पता चलेगा? past year question papers के through. So first UPSC asks questions from these kinds of institutions and departments. DCGI prelims में आता ही है, ठीक है? तो first important point. Now the second is about Zycov D, this vaccine. Okay, so Zycov D, it's a DNA plasmid based COVID-19 vaccine. Now we will understand here what do we mean by plasmid. अभी हम plasmid का मतलब ही समझेंगे। If you are preparing for 2021 or 2022, 23 or 24 attempt, make sure that you know everything about the vaccines, COVID-19, other such strains of COVID-19 and such kind of viruses which were prevalent in India. For example, Zika, dengue, malaria, इस तरीके की जितनी भी disease है ना, इनके बारे में पढ़ लेना, because now UPSC is going to throw away questions towards you like based on these vaccines and polio, other kinds of viruses, क्योंकि अभी यही न्यूज में ज्यादा चल रहा है, because this has been consistently in the news. In Maharashtra and Pune, cases of Zika virus have been seen. In South India, cases of Zika virus have been seen. This was in South Africa, but now it has entered India. So, and there is no cure for that, there is no proper vaccination for that, so you have to study about that as well. Okay, so Zycov D is DNA plasmid based COVID-19 vaccine which is developed by Zycov Cadila group. Zykov Kedela Group is based in Ahmedabad. Remember this. And Zykov Kedela Group has launched has developed this vaccine in partnership. PS means partnership with DBT. DBT, another important institution that you have to study. It is, what is DBT? Department of Biotechnology. And when it comes to Department of Biotechnology, you will have to study about National Biopharma Mission also, because this vaccine has been developed under the through the National Biopharma Mission only. Okay, for the preclinical studies. So these are the 4 important pointers that I have listed after reading this article that you need to be thorough with. आपको मतलब इन चारों के बारे में अच्छी जानकारी होनी चाहिए इस आर्टिकल को पढ़ने के बाद. So Zykov D is DNA plasmid based vaccine which is developed under the mission COVID Suraksha. This is another important point that you have to study. I have highlighted it. This is important for prelims. Okay. Now it is world's first and India's indigenously developed DNA based vaccine. Underline this, it is not RNA based, it is DNA based vaccine for COVID-19 and it is world's first and India's indigenously developed. ये दुनिया की पहली डीएनए बेस्ड वैक्सीन है कोविड-19 के लिए और भारत की डोमेस्टिक मतलब डोमेस्टिकली प्रोड्यूस्ड वैक्सीन है एंड इट इज टू बी एडमिनिस्टर्ड टू चिल्ड्रन एंड अडल्ट्स 12 years and above. It will be given in 3 doses. Right now, currently the vaccines which are available, they are given in 2 doses. Now this Zykov D will be given in 3 doses with an interval of 28 days between each dose. हर डोज के बीच में एक महीने का around 28 days का इंटरवल गैप रहेगा. Okay, point clear? यहाँ तक तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं आ रही है ना आप लोगों को? No problem till now. Now let us understand what is a plasmid. Plasmid क्या होता है? When we talk about plasmids, we should know that plasmids almost always carry at least one gene. Plasmids के ना काफी सारे functions होते हैं, जैसे कि ये एक gene carry करता है at least. And most of the genes are helpful to their host organisms. They increase the survival of the organism also. Okay, and they facilitate the process of replication. Here you can see, okay, in the image also. So plasmids are small. They are often circular DNA molecules. They are found in bacteria and other cells. And they are separate from bacterial chromosome. As you can see in the image, they are separate from this bacterial DNA. Okay, and they replicate independently. मतलब उनको किसी की जरूरत नहीं है multiply करने के लिए, replicate करने के लिए. Okay. Now it is said that plasmids act as vehicles to introduce foreign DNA into bacteria. बैक्टीरिया में फॉरेन डीएनए बाहर का डीएनए इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए प्लाज्मिड्स ही व्हीकल्स का काम करते हैं. एंड प्लाज्मिड्स इट इज अ थेरेपेटिक प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर ट्रीटिंग इन्फेक्शियस जेनेटिक एंड एक्वायर्ड डिजीजेस. ओके, so the DNA that they deliver have genes for antibiotic resistance. That is why this vaccine is a plasmid vaccine. It's a piece of DNA that is not the same as chromosomal DNA. So its ability to replicate itself is independent of the chromosomal DNA. Now, the plasmids may be passed between different bacterial cells and they are usually found in bacteria, but they are also found in multicellular organisms. That you have to remember. तो point clear हो गया plasmids के बारे में कि इनको क्यों यूज किया जाता है. Why it is important? Because they have played a very important role in the development of molecular biotechnology. The DNA that they deliver have genes for antibiotic resistance. That is why it's very important. Now, another important fact that I'm going to let you know about plasmids is, write it down. This term plasmid, it was first coined by Joshua Lederberg in 1952. It was first described in a research paper that he published. Okay? तो ये point याद रखना. Before we move any further, here's a small announcement for all of you and a very important announcement. Unacademy brings Unacademy Combat, UPSC Combat, which is an all India free scholarship test for UPSC CSE aspirants. It will be a 60 minutes test wherein you will have to solve 56 questions and it is based on the lines of the preliminary question paper. जो आपका prelims का UPSC का टेस्ट होता है ना, एग्जाम होता है, उसी की तरह इस पेपर को भी तैयार किया गया, बिल्कुल सेम लाइंस पर, सेम टर्म्स पे. ओके, एंड दिस कॉम्बैट विल गिव यू एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू विन अ स्कॉलरशिप फ्रॉम अ पूल ऑफ ₹4 crore. ओके, सो हियर आपको 4 करोड़ के पूल में से स्कॉलरशिप जीतने की अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी. And also do not forget that rank 1 to rank 3 will get 1 year UPSC CSE plus subscription. Rank 4 to 10 will get 75% scholarship. Rank 11 to 50 will get 50% scholarship. And rank 51 to 500 are going to get 25% scholarship from Unacademy. The link is given below in the description box. Just go and download the Unacademy Learning app and then click on the link which I have provided in the description box and in the comment section. And then you can use code ARPITA10 to enroll. And this combat is going to be conducted every Sunday at 11 a.m. in the morning. And if you want to be eligible for the scholarship now, you will have to give it live. अगर आपको scholarship इसमें जीतने का चांस चाहिए तो आपको लाइव टेस्ट देना पड़ेगा 11 बजे संडे को. कल भी होने वाला है कॉम्बैट 11 बजे. तो do not miss this chance to first practice, speed practice, and also second to win a chance of getting that scholarship from a pool of rupees 4 crore. So do not forget to enroll today. फटाफट से आज enroll कर लो, कल होने वाला है लाइव टेस्ट 11 बजे सुबह मॉर्निंग में. Now the next important article, reign of terror is never permanent, says Prime Minister. So here Prime Minister Modi has launched certain projects at the historic Somnath temple, and there he addressed the citizens of our country that the reign of terror is never permanent. Destructive and terror forces may become dominant temporarily, but they are not permanent. And he gave the example of Somnath temple, that how this temple was destroyed many times in history. The statues were broken, but then again it was resurrected much more gloriously. Now here we have to study 2 points. Somnath temple, we have to study all about the Somnath temple from art and culture's perspective. And then we have to study the Taliban Afghanistan issue, that we will study in a separate lecture. तालिबान अफगानिस्तान इशू के बारे में हम एक सेपरेट डेडिकेटेड लेक्चर बनाएंगे, वहां पढ़ेंगे. बट टुडे वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द सोमनाथ टेम्पल. Now you know that there is a Somnath temple trust also, and here the trust of Somnath temple, who is the chairman of that trust? Prime Minister Modi. Okay, he is the second prime minister to hold this post. The first prime minister who was the chairman of the trust was PM Morarji Desai. Prime Minister Modi is the second Prime Minister who has been appointed as the chairman of the temple trust. Okay. Now when we talk about Somnath temple, historically the legend says that it was first built by Somraj. Somraj was the moon god, and he built and constructed this temple in gold. Then it was rebuilt by King Ravan, the king of Lanka in Ramayana. And he constructed this temple in silver. Then it was rebuilt by Lord Krishna. It was rebuilt in wood. And then by King Bhimdev, it was constructed with using stones. Now it is also said that this Somnath temple, it is also known as, write it down, Deopatan. Deopatan means, Dev means Dev, the demigods. When Patan means when they descend down on earth, they stay at this temple, Deopatan. And it is located in, kahan par located? This is very important for prelims. It is located in, write it down, Saurashtra. ये टेम्पल सौराष्ट्र में लोकेटेड है, विच इज ऑन दी वेस्टर्न कोस्ट ऑफ गुजरात. राइट इट डाउन, इट इज ऑन दी वेस्टर्न कोस्ट ऑफ गुजरात. पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया. नाउ इट इज बिलीव्ड टू बी द फर्स्ट अमंग द 12 ज्योतिर्लिंग श्राइन्स ऑफ लॉर्ड शिवा. Somnath temple is dedicated to which lord? This temple is dedicated to, write it down, Lord Shiva, and it is amongst the 12 Jyotirlings. Write it down. It is amongst the 12 Jyotirlings, the Shivalingas of Lord Shiva. ठीक है, Lord Shiva के जो 12 ज्योतिर्लिंग है उनमें से एक ये है. So it's a very important pilgrimage and tourist spot of Gujarat. And this temple, what is the architectural style in which this temple is built? That also you have to study from art and culture's perspective. That is Chalukya style. Chalukya style of Hindu temple architecture. Hindu temple आर्किटेक्चर. ओके, पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया. तो आपको आर्ट एंड कल्चर में क्या पढ़ना है? आर्ट एंड कल्चर यू कैन स्टडी फ्रॉम द तमिलनाडु स्टेट बोर्ड बुक्स ऑफ क्लास 11th and 12th. So in that you have to study the Chalukya style of Hindu temple architecture. Okay. Now this temple has been reconstructed several times in the past, because each and every time the invasion used to happen in India, this temple was destroyed by the Arab forces. जितनी बार भी invasion भारत में होता था ना, ये Mongols या Arabs आते थे, ये इस temple को बर्बाद करके चले जाते थे. So it was reconstructed a lot of times. Okay, that is why Prime Minister Modi said that destructive and terror forces are temporary. They are not permanent. ठीक है, citing the examples of the Somnath temple. So this temple was finally completed in May 1951. जो final completion इस temple का हुआ था वो May 1951 में हुआ था. Okay, this point is also important. The next very important article is Delta variant driving infections in India, says report. Here the Delta variant remains most responsible for continuing spread of infections in India. Currently, every day in India, 35,000 new cases are coming related to COVID-19. And out of these, total cases that are coming, 75% are coming from only 2 states, that is Kerala and Maharashtra. and Delta variant is the most responsible variant which is causing this continuous coming up of cases. Now when we talk about variants of a virus have one or more mutations that differentiate it from the other variants that are still in circulation. Okay. Now some mutations are very deadly. Some mutations make it easier for the virus to survive, but they are not very deadly. It depends on the severeness of the variants. Okay. Now it is said that coronavirus is evolving fast because of the scale at which it has infected the people around the world. There is high level of circulation. That means, what do you mean by high level of circulation of this virus? It means it is easier for the virus to change because it is able to replicate faster. That is why it is said maintain social distancing, wear mask, because as long as it is circulating at a high speed, it means that it is going to replicate much more faster, thus giving us new variants every day. Okay. Now the original pandemic virus which was found in Wuhan, it was WUHU1, okay, which was known as the Wuhan virus. Now in few months time, D614G, a new variant emerged globally. Now we are saying this Delta variant which was first detected in India in Feb 2021. It is resistant to the monoclonal antibodies cocktail and it has acquired a spike protein mutation called K417N. This particular mutation is found in beta variant also, which was identified in South Africa. Okay, point clear again. So spike protein, you know na, it is used by SARS-CoV-2, the virus which causes COVID-19 to enter the host cells. Please write it down. आप भूल जाओगे बाद में फिर. अभी मैं लिखवा देती हूँ. Please write it down right now. Okay, यहाँ पर मैंने लिख दिया है. Please इसको मार्क कर लेना. तो इस पॉइंट को लिख लीजिए. This is very important. These notes which I am making for you, the hard work that I am putting in for you, it is for you so that your note making skills can enhance. इससे आप सीखोगे कि कैसे notes बनाने हैं. ठीक है, और आपको इंटरेस्टिंग भी लगेगा. All right. So this is how short notes are made from the articles. Now here we have to study also about the India. यहाँ पर देखो India SARS-CoV-2 Genome Consortium. Now what is this? This is important for prelims. Okay. When we talk about Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium, it's a multi-lab agency which is set up by the government. Why? To sequence and analyze the genome data with respect to SARS-CoV-2 virus. Now what happens when we sequence and analyze the genome data of coronavirus 2? Right? क्या होता है इससे? तो इससे ये होता है कि आपको समझ आता है कि वायरस कैसे स्प्रेड कर रहा है और कैसे इवॉल्व हो रहा है. When we sequence, when we do the genome sequencing and analyze it, it means we are understanding how this virus spreads and how it evolves. So that is why we can advise the government to bring in some measures for this virus to control it. Now it is a national multi-agency consortium. Consortium means it's a group of labs. ठीक है, of regional genome sequencing laboratories which is set up by Indian government in December 2020. Why? To study, monitor the genomic variations in COVID-19 which causes the CoV-2 virus. Okay, point clear हो गया? Easy था, इतना कोई tough नहीं है. देखो, from where I am getting this information? Obviously by searching. आप Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium की साइट पे जाओ, आपको सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी. Okay, so this is how you have to take notes, study in the newspaper, highlight the important points and then search about them and then take small notes. That is it. Okay. Now the next important article, that is a picture given on the first page of Hindu newspaper. The Hindu greets its readers on the occasion of Onam. So what is Onam? Onam is a very important festival. The festival Onam is a major harvest festival in Kerala and it is celebrated to honor the homecoming of the Asur king Mahabali, who brought about peace and prosperity in Kerala. It is one of the three major festivals of Kerala which is celebrated during the month of Chingam, which is the first month in the Malayalam calendar of Kolavarsham. The other two major festivals in the state are, please write it down, एक तो ओनम है, बाकी के जो दो हैं वो कौन से हैं? एक है विशु एंड दूसरा है, write it down, थिरुवथीरा. So Vishu, Thiruvatira and Onam, they are the three major festivals of Kerala. This is important from art and culture perspective in prelims. Now the 10-day harvest festival, it begins on Atham. Atham is the first day of Onam and it concludes on Thiruvonam, which is the last day of Onam. It is celebrated by making Pookalam, which is flower rangolis. Write it down. What is Pookalam? ये भी लिख लीजिए. Pookalam का मतलब क्या होता है? इसका मतलब है flower rangolis. This is again important for prelims. And other rituals which are performed in this festival are Vallam Kali, which is the boat race. Please write it down. Vallam Kali is the boat race which is celebrated during Onam. Then another important ritual is Puli Kali. Puli Kali क्या है? Tiger dance. Puli Kali is the tiger dances. Then another important ritual is Kumati Kali. This is Kumati Kali. Kumati Kali is mask dance. It is the mask dance. Okay. And another important ritual is Ona Thallu. Ona Thallu means martial arts. Again important point. इसको भी लिख लो. It means martial arts. Now the main attraction is the traditional Onam Sadhya. Onam Sadhya means the grand feast which is served during this festival. Okay. Now here when we study this festival, we also study about the Asur tribe, because this festival celebrates the homecoming of the Asura king Mahabali. So here we also see, because Mahishasur is the king of Asur tribes, there are different stories about the demons or Mahabali. Mahabali was also Asura or demon, but he worshipped Lord Vishnu. Okay, so he was the grandson of Prahlad. तो यहाँ पर असुर ट्राइब के बारे में भी पढ़ना जरूरी है. So let us study about the Asur tribe. Now the Asur tribe, this is again important because it's one of the 9 particularly vulnerable tribal groups which is found in Jharkhand and are Austro-Asiatic in origin. Besides Jharkhand, members of the tribe live in pockets of Bihar, West Bengal and a few other states. So the Asurs, they claim to be the descendants of Mahishasur, who was the buffalo demon whom the goddess Durga kills after a very spirited fight which lasted 9 nighs. We celebrate the Navratris, right? So you remember the story from there. So now they celebrate festivals like Sarhul, Karma, Dhanbuni, Kadalta, Rajkarma, Dasahara and Karam. These are the kind of festivals that they celebrate. Okay, so this was all about the Asur tribe. Okay, so before we proceed, here's a very important announcement for all of you. Unacademy is starting the new batches for UPSC CSE 2021, 22 and 23 attempt. The aspirants from start 25th of August 2021. 25 अगस्त से नए बैचेस स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं. देखो, अगर आप 2022 और 23 और 24 की तैयारी कर रहे हो तो मेरी मानो तो आप फटाफट से एनरोल कर लो. अगर आप कोचिंग देख रहे हो, अगर सेल्फ स्टडी कर रहे हो, नो इश्यूज. बट इफ यू थिंक दैट यू नीड guidance, because see, when we get a proper guidance in our journey, in our exam preparation, it becomes easy for us to strategically plan our studies, our journey, or else we get lost in this journey. होता क्या है, जब हमें एक गाइडेंस प्रॉपर नहीं मिलती है ना तो हम घबरा जाते हैं, एंड जब हम घबरा जाते हैं तो काफी टाइम वेस्ट हो जाता है, और टाइम वेस्ट हो जाता है तो एंजाइटी बढ़ने लगती है. तो अगर आप चाहें तो अनअकैडमी प्लस पर नए बैचेस स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं 25 अगस्त से. आप फटाफट से अपनी प्रॉपर गाइडेंस के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए. इफ यू प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर 2021 देन यू नीड क्रैश कोर्सेज, राइट, विद टेस्ट सीरीज एंड डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशंस एंड करंट अफेयर राउंड अप. सो फॉर दैट वी हैव अ 60 days क्रैश कोर्स बैच फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो इंग्लिश में भी है, बाइलिंगुअल में भी है, एंड इट इज जस्ट अवेलेबल एट 15,000 rupees. The link is given below in the description box. And over and above this 15,000 you will also get a 10% discount by using code ARPITA10. इसके ऊपर भी आपको 10% डिस्काउंट मिलेगा अगर आप ये कोड यूज करते हो ARPITA10. ओके, नाउ आगे बढ़ते हैं. यहाँ देखोगे, इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर 2022 attempt, then from 1st September we are launching new batches. That is Mission All India Rank 1 360-degree coverage batches for UPSC CSE. Okay, and here we will be covering 70 hours course for 360-degree coverage. So there is a stipulated number of hours that we are providing for you to complete your syllabus. 70 घंटे का ये कोर्स बैच होगा जिसमें हम करंट अफेयर्स को पूरी तरीके से होलिस्टिकली प्रीलिम्स मेंस इंटरव्यू के पर्सपेक्टिव से कवर करेंगे. And this batch is important not just for 2022 but 2021 aspirants also. अगर आप 2021 की तैयारी कर रहे हो तो ये बैच आपके लिए काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है. 70 आवर्स में 1 सितंबर से शुरू हो रहा है. आपको कहीं और जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है करंट अफेयर्स के लिए, पूरा कवरेज हम आपको करके देंगे। इंडिया ईयर बुक, हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, पीआईबी, पीआरएस, बजट, इकोनॉमिक सर्वे। इवन नाउ आई एम ज्वाइनिंग अनअकैडमी बैक। ओके, थोड़े टाइम का लीव था, मैं वापस से अनअकैडमी ज्वाइन कर रही हूँ। तो इन बैचेस में आपको मिलेंगे करंट अफेयर्स के पूरे कवरेज। तो मेक श्योर दैट यू टेक योर सब्सक्रिप्शन टुडे। देन 2022 एस्पिरेंट्स 1 year बैच फॉर यू स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 25th of August। 2023 and 24 aspirants for you we have a 2 year batch. Now आप में से जितने बच्चे 2 साल का बैच ले रहे हो ना, यहाँ पर आपके लिए एक और इम्पोर्टेंट खुशखबरी है। For the 2 year batch subscription we are providing CSE Assure. You crack it and we assure to be with you even after this offer ends on 28th August. Okay, so if you are taking a 2 year subscription after giving your attempt in 2023 or 24, you are not satisfied with your result, then don't worry, Unacademy will give you free extension of 1 year on your subscription. Okay, तो आपको फ्री 1 year का सब्सक्रिप्शन मिलेगा अनअकैडमी की तरफ से अगर आप 2 साल का सब्सक्रिप्शन ले रहे हो अनअकैडमी पर, और अगर आप अपने रिजल्ट से खुश नहीं हो, ठीक है, रैंक इंप्रूव करनी है, लिस्ट में नाम नहीं आया, फिर से तैयारी करनी है, 1 year का फ्री सब्सक्रिप्शन अनअकैडमी आपको देगा। सो द लिंक्स ऑफ ऑल दीज बैचेस आर गिवन बिलो इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स। ऑल्सो यूज कोड अर्पिता10 to get 10% discount on your plus subscription. Okay. Now the next important article is palm oil plan enthusiast farmers. We have already created a dedicated separate lecture on this topic on the National Mission on Edible Oils, Oil Palm. Here in the I button you will get the link of that lecture also. Separate lecture has been created. But here in this article, what has been explained, the National Mission on Edible Oils, that is a oil palm mission, 11,040 crore project this is by the Union government. Why this project has been launched? Underline this. To maximize the cultivation and production. Okay, so now it is said that Kerala already has plantations. It already has factories, seed farms, research facilities, etc. related to the palm oil sector. So this mission is going to help bring better growth prospects for palm oil industry in Kerala. It will also help in generating the employment. Okay, because special assistance is being offered by the Union government to rejuvenate the old gardens under this mission in Kerala. Okay, that is why Kerala farmers are going to be benefited a lot with this project, with this mission. Another important article that you will see is arrest is not always a must, says Supreme Court. So this article is related to polity and governance, GS paper 2 mains से related article है. Now in this article the Supreme Court bench has observed on the issue of the unwarranted arrest of accused during the investigation process. इन्वेस्टिगेशन प्रोसेस के दौरान जब वारंट के बिना अरेस्ट किया जाता है अक्यूज्ड को, तो उस इशू को उन्होंने एड्रेस किया है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में। सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज क्रिटिसाइज्ड द रैम्पेंट मिसयूज ऑफ द पावर्स टू अरेस्ट इवन इन सिचुएशंस वेयर इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी। ऐसे भी सिचुएशन होते हैं जहां अरेस्ट जरूरी नहीं है बट वहां भी अरेस्ट के केसेस आ रहे हैं, तो उस केस को क्रिटिसाइज किया सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने। एंड सुप्रीम कोर्ट पॉइंटेड आउट दैट merely because law allows arrest, it does not mean the state can use this indiscriminately. So Supreme Court has called for a distinction between the existence of the power to arrest and justification for exercise of that power. पावर है पुलिस के पास कि वो अरेस्ट कर सकते हैं, बट ये पावर को जस्टिफिशियबली या फिर जुडिशियली यूज किया जाए, ये भी हमें मेक श्योर करना है। नाउ देयर आर डिफरेंट कंसर्न्स विद द अनवारंटेड अरेस्ट। फर्स्ट कंसर्न इज दैट द अनवारंटेड अरेस्ट कैन कॉज अ ग्रेट हार्म टू द रेप्यूटेशन एंड एस्टीम ऑफ अ पर्सन। एक इंसान के रेप्यूटेशन को हार्म पहुंच सकता है कि आप जहां पर जरूरी नहीं है अरेस्ट करना और आप वहां पर भी अरेस्ट इशू आप एक्सरसाइजेस कैरी आउट कर रहे हो। एंड इट ऑल्सो गोज अगेंस्ट द राइट टू पर्सनल लिबर्टी, राइट? ये पॉइंट भी याद रखना है। नाउ हियर देयर आर सम लेजिटिमेट ग्राउंड्स ऑल्सो फॉर द अरेस्ट ऑफ एन अक्यूज्ड। एक अक्यूज्ड को जब अरेस्ट किया जाता है उसके कुछ लेजिटिमेट ग्राउंड्स भी होते हैं। कौन कौन से ग्राउंड्स हैं? फर्स्ट इज द कस्टोडियल इन्वेस्टिगेशन विच इज बीइंग नेसेसरी। देन इफ द अक्यूज्ड हैज कमिटेड अ हीनियस क्राइम, there being a possibility of accused influencing the witness, या तो वो एविडेंस के साथ छेड़छाड़ कर सकता है या विटनेस को इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकता है, या possibility of accused going absconding, या तो फिर वो लापता हो जाएगा यानी कि छुप जाएगा कहीं गुफा में, लॉ के हाथ पे नहीं आएगा। तो इन पॉसिबिलिटीज में आप अरेस्ट कर सकते हो अक्यूज्ड को। ओके, Another important article, that is elopements most prosecuted under child marriage law, says study. So there is a report which has been brought out by the Partners for Law in Development, which is known as PLD. The report's name is Child Marriage Prosecution in India. This is also important for prelims. ओके रिपोर्ट्स की बात आती है तो प्रीलिम्स के लिए भी टॉपिक इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड सोशल टॉपिक है, सोशल इश्यूज से रिलेटेड है, तो जीएस पेपर 1 के लिए भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. Now here the study notes with concern on how the legal proceedings against child marriages are commonly undertaken against elopements, whereas forced child marriages often go unpunished. Okay, so basically the study or the report has found that legal prosecution of child marriages was twice as much against elopement. मतलब बच्चा जब सेल्फ अरेंज मैरिज कर रहा है, लड़के लड़की आपस में खुद से सहमति से शादी कर रहे हैं या भाग गए एक दूसरे के साथ, उसके बजाय जो लीगल प्रोसिक्यूशन है चाइल्ड मैरिजेस के ऊपर वो बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं, कि चाइल्ड मैरिजेस के जो केसेस हैं वो बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं. ओके, पॉइंट क्लियर हुआ? Now here the lacune which has been highlighted in the report, that is increasing misuse of law by the parents. बेटी की कस्टडी लेने के लिए जो अपने मन चाहे पति के साथ भाग गई हैं, इलोप हो गई हैं, तो लीगल कस्टडी के लिए जो मिसयूज करते हैं लॉ का पेरेंट्स, उसको इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट में हाईलाइट किया गया है. एंड द स्टडी टर्म्स दिस केस एज द वेपनाइजेशन ऑफ द लॉ टू सेटल फैमिली डिसऑनर. ओके, लॉ को एक तलवार के तौर पे यूज किया जा रहा है अपनी इज्जत बचाने के लिए. एंड देयर सीम्स टू बी एन इनहेरेंट बायस ऑल्सो इन द लॉ, because there's a huge difference now between punishment for elopement cases versus forced and arranged child marriages. So what is the verdict of the cases of elopement then? How they are being solved? So that is why these are the lacunae, these are the issues which have been highlighted by this report. Please go through this entire article thoroughly. ठीक है, अच्छे से इस आर्टिकल को पढ़ लीजिएगा. So this was all about today. ये था आपका आज का The Hindu Decoded lecture 21st August 2021. Do let me know in the comment section. Did you enjoy today's lecture? आज का lecture अच्छा लगा आप लोगों को? Comment section में मुझे जरूर बताना, ठीक है? Do let me know in the comment section if you really enjoyed this lecture, so that we can come up with such lectures in such format every day. हम हर दिन इसी फॉर्मेट में इस तरीके के लेक्चर्स के साथ आते रहें वापस. वो हमें कैसे पता चलेगा? जब तक आप हमें कमेंट सेक्शन में नहीं बताएंगे, ठीक है? So do let me know how did you like this, like if you really like this lecture, this presentation style, why did you like this presentation style, and what amendments we can make further to improve the quality of the lectures. Okay, on that note we are wrapping up the class. The PDF of the lectures will be provided on our Telegram channel.